The Weekly Warp Pipe.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Weekly Warp Pipe, a podcast dedicated to retro video games, 80s and 90s toys, and all things nostalgia. We are part of the Dorkening Podcast Network, and we're brought to you by Deadly Grounds Coffee. Coffee's so good, you could die for it. And this week, we're jumping into the Warp Pipe, and we're going back and taking a look at stuffed animals. The ones you know and love. Teddy Ruxpin, My Pet Monster, and many, many more. It's going to be a fun episode. Before we do, here's a word from our sponsor.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds Coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
What's up, everyone? I'm Russ Lyman.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, NES Addict.
And welcome back to the Weekly Warp Pipe.
Yes.
Saturday mornings, or whenever you're listening.
Get out of bed, grab your favorite stuffed animal, and let's get started.
That's right. We're talking about stuffed animals we had growing up, or maybe we just seen some ads for. We made a list of probably about 10 or so. Some of them I haven't heard of them at all before, so Jay's going to fill me in on them. Maybe you guys remember them with this nostalgia trip. But I had a few growing up, for sure.
Yeah. So I guess the big question is, which one do we start with first?
Right out the gate. Well, let's start with Pound Puppies. How about that?
Pound Puppies.
Good old Pound Puppies.
I wish I could. You know what's Pound Puppies had a cartoon too. Do you remember the guy's name?
There was a human in it.
No. Well, no. It was,
that drew it.
Not even that. Like the main Pound Puppy character.
Okay.
There was some kind of like a rad 80s name. I need to Google it real quick because it's going to drive me crazy.
So
but yeah, Pound Puppies were sweet, right? Did you have any?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I had Pound Puppy growing, at least one or two. I think I had probably this tan one over here. I want to say. As you can see, we brought up a little screen if you guys are watching. But Pound Puppies was basically a dog that was stuffed, and you're adopting it, okay, right? When you're purchasing at the store, they have a Dalmatian, like a Labrador, a couple different mixes. Looks like they have 6 different variations of it.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever got a full-sized Pound Puppy.
Okay, you were talking about some mini ones, right?
But Hardee's released some mini ones. I don't even remember what the special reason was, if it was like Christmas or whatever. But I remember I got a few of those. I got a gray one with spots. That actually the one the mouse was just on.
Well, it's funny. So we're looking now. These are on. They re-released them apparently because these are in stock at Walmart and Amazon.
I know. Let's go buy them right now. There's actually one floating around our house somewhere that was my wife's that I happened to find.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a little black one with a red collar. I had a gray and a gray one with black spots. And I think I even had a brown one. We got about 3 or 4 of them from Hardee's, and I always kind of felt like vindicated. I remember one time I got like a knockoff Pound Puppy.
Yeah.
And because I was a spoiled, rotten little jerk kid, I was like so disappointed.
You're like, this is not the official Pound Puppy. It won't give me enough cuddles.
Yeah, this Pound Puppy sucks.
Now, did you sleep with the Pound Puppy? Like, did you cuddle with it, or was it like just on your bed?
I think it's just something I played with it. Yeah, I think they sat on my shelf, and they're just like little characters. I think I carried them around the house and hugged on them and stuff. But like, I don't know if I probably did sleep with them. Who knows?
Right.
I honestly don't remember. I just remember wanting one so bad.
Right. Now, like me growing up, I never had a dog ever. Always been cats. So getting a Pound Puppy, I guess, was like filling the gap. Okay, I could get a stuffed animal as a dog there.
Yeah, there you go.
You did say they had a cartoon or show, we were saying?
Yeah, and I'm trying to find the name of the main character.
Because I did see it came up. It looked like, where was it?
Cooler. Cooler was his name.
It was this guy, right? With the blue
Yeah.
jacket.
Yep. That's Cooler in the gang. That's funny. Cooler.
So I vaguely remember the cartoon.
Yeah. I just remember watching it. But yeah. But Pound Puppies, classic 80s toy.
For sure. So maybe you guys had it.
Go buy your kids one at Target today.
Yeah, apparently. What else we got?
Well, this is one that you had brought up when we were discussing this the other day, so you could probably speak on him a bit more than me. But
Okay.
I remember having a book with this little guy on it, but My Pet Monster.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This guy right here was definitely one of my favorite toys for sure. I'll bring up a better picture here. You can see him. There was I remember having VHS tapes of him.
Yeah.
So they had like a cartoon and like you said, books and everything. He looks wild. Okay, obviously to a young boy who likes monsters, he's gonna have wild like mohawk here. He's got horns, a purple fur, I guess face, and blue fur everywhere else.
I like his big yellow eyes.
Big yellow eyes. And then the main thing, he came with these handcuffs. Okay, and they say My Pet Monster on them, and they were designed to be broken.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like you could just like snap out of them.
So he'd be like, rah, like, so oftentimes I would, they're big enough. They were like Velcro handcuffs. So you would put them around your wrist and essentially wear them as handcuffs, and you could break out of them.
Yeah, now I know they made a variant of this guy where he's like wearing like a football jersey. Did you ever see that one?
Oh yeah. Wait, is this him here? Is that it, or is that like a? Yeah, I guess
I think that's him without the jersey on.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I can bring up a better picture of him there. My Pet Monster football.
Now I'm going to be honest and say I'm not a fan of the football one as much.
No, me either. So he has white mohawk and purple hair. It's almost like a reverse. Why does this keep going into a new page?
Yeah, he looks a little different. I think the original one is definitely cooler. Like I think this one's okay, but something about the looks of the original one is really cool.
Here's a side-by-side comparison you can see. And yeah, the original one's got the nice bright color here. And they kind of swap the colors a little bit. Okay, their feet and hands are the same. They both have the handcuffs, but something classic. I don't know about the blue fur, and then his chest is almost like corduroy or something. Like it's hard to describe.
I like his big blue nose too.
Right. And so oftentimes I would end up like wrestling with this figure here.
Yeah.
He was a good size. He probably stood about, gosh, I don't know, 1.5 feet.
About to say maybe. 1.5 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was fun to toss around, soft, other than his nose was like a hard plastic and his eyes were hard plastic. So I wrestled with him to the point where I think the not the yellow part of his eye, but like the
his pupil, like scratched off.
His pupil popped off or something.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it fits. He's a monster, right? He's a little more aggressive looking.
Yeah, he's creepy now. He's got no eyeballs.
Right. But now, I mean, like I said, he's kind of made a resurgence, and you can find pops of him now and everything. That like in let's see, My Pet Monster.
See now this is why this show gets me in trouble. Now I'm like thinking about how I need to go on eBay after and buy one of these things.
See, here's a pop right here. And I know my buddy David Apuzzo loves My Pet Monster, and he has quite a few My Pet Monster memorabilia. He actually found someone took I believe they used the base Slash from Ninja Turtles, but made a My Pet Monster like out of him or something like that, possibly. And it looks awesome on card and everything. So
that's awesome. I'd love to see that. I'm gonna have to Google that later.
Oh yeah, for sure. So definitely My Pet Monster is really fun. If you guys didn't grow up with them and don't remember them,
then we're sorry.
Then we're sorry for you.
Sorry, you had a terrible childhood. Yeah, those are sick. So the next one on the list, this was more of a girl's toy, but for some reason I was still very appealed by it.
Okay.
It was a popple,
Yes.
and it was basically like a little ball, and it was like a little animal, and the kind of the thing is you could roll it up into a little ball, and so it almost looked like something else. I guess you could throw it back and forth to each other, and then you could pop it out, which is why they call it a popple, and then play with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's like a regular version.
And they had cool tails with like pom poms on them.
That's right. There we go. Side by side.
I really like that white one with the yellow hair and the blue face too. He looks cool. I think that was the one I always wanted as a kid.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't know, just crazy '80s colors, kind of like My Pet Monster. Everything was just bright and fun back
That's
then.
what it is. Yeah. It's like super bright color, oranges with greens.
Yeah,
And they're so
just-
multicolored.
they just mixed them all up, but they look super fun, right?
And I can't remember if they had like a theme song or something like that. I'm sure they did.
I don't know. I mean, like it was like in the '80s, they just threw everything at the wall and seen what stuck.
Right. And even though it was themed, like you said, towards little girls, I mean, I definitely remember having at least one of these.
Yeah. I'll snuggle a popple. Come fight me.
And you can always, like you said, it's, you fold them up into a ball and then you could throw it at your sister.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can use them to like pillow fight or whatever. So
Right.
So
Makes
yeah,
sense.
just a cool little stuffed animal that came out back in the day.
Yeah. Popples. I was going to say, you were talking about pillow fights.
Yeah.
How about actually fighting with your pillow? That's a wrestler, the pillow wrestling buddies.
Yeah, the wrestling buddies.
Wrestling buddies.
Yeah, those things were cool, right?
For sure. I remember my cousins having Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Nice. He had some sweet face paint.
Wrestling buddies.
I always wanted Randy Savage.
Randy Savage. Yeah, I mean, these were like the 80s lineup. So you had who else did they had? Andre the Giant,
Rodney Piper.
Roddy Piper, Big Boss Man.
Yeah, all those guys. Which one did you have? Hulkster?
I'm trying to see if I'm trying to remember if I actually personally had one or if it was my cousins or something like that. But I would say it probably would have been Hulk Hogan.
I feel like Wrestling Buddies had, once again, marketing, had a really great commercial back then that just made them look so fun. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, like the kids wrestling, probably in a ring. And
yeah.
You're like, whoa, like jumping off couches
Or
with
beds.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, this made a good excuse to where maybe you grew up with a brother and he was always wrestling you. It's like, all right, well, wrestle the pillow. It's not going to get hurt. I don't have to keep punishing you guys for fighting.
Wrestle the wrestling buddy.
Here's Jake the Snake. Looks like you got it autographed. I mean, they continued to make them, I guess, for quite some time.
Yeah, because there's Sting and NWO.
Right. And I was gonna say I came across. We've gone to a few conventions and we made friends with these guys. They have a company called Brother Gador. Okay. And they actually make custom new wrestling buddies.
That's sick.
Let me see. I have their website right here. Here we go.
They make a wrestling buddy.
So you could get one. So here's some of that they made. They got Brutus the Barber right here. Some of these guys I don't know, so they're probably other wrestler people that I don't know. Oh, okay, these guys. I remember this tag team Invader. But what they don't show on the website, I think for legal purposes, David actually got a Super Mario one.
Oh, sick. Yeah, I remember that.
They printed Mario on it. It was in his game room tour. He's got Mario on. And I think, I'm trying to remember, I think he might have gotten a My Pet Monster one wrestling buddy as well. I
Can't
know he has
remember.
2. I can't remember what the other one was, but he did get Mario, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll totally do it. We just can't put it on their site because of legal reasons. They don't want to
Right.
get in trouble." But if you reached out to them and you're like, "I want a Earthworm Jim wrestling buddy,"
Yeah.
then they would make it, and that's kind of cool. You could have something from the past but new, essentially.
Dude, you know what would be cool? I just happened to look over and see my Blink-182 poster, but a Blink-182 wrestling buddy with the big smiley face head.
Not get Mark, Tom, and Travis as like 3 buddies.
Oh, that would be sick too. But like, you could get them, but then you could also get just like the one with the big smiley face with the X head.
How would he be? He doesn't have arms.
He doesn't need arms. He does, but
you'd be better off getting the rabbit.
That's true. That'd be cool.
Wrestling buddies.
Yeah, fun times.
For sure.
All right. So this is another random one that I don't think you remember this one, do you, Russ? This is the Watchimals.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Watchimals.
So Watchimals are borderline like a stuffed animal. Obviously, they're a watch because the word watch is in it. But it was like this little animal you could strap on your wrist. The one I had was a toucan, and I remember getting it at like a Walgreens or a CVS type, probably a Revco actually back in the 80s. And when you unstrapped the head, there was like a little watch inside.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember.
You remember that now?
I might have had this bear, so I remember there was a watch. Oh, that's why it's a watch.
Watchimal. Now, if you click on that one with all of them on it, I had the yellow toucan. That was the one I had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there in the middle there. But yeah, like I just remember going to, this drugstore and seeing these things. And I'm sure there was a commercial that talked me into getting it. I don't remember the commercial. I'll have to Google that tonight. But yeah, Watchimals. So they kind of acted like a stuffed animal and a watch. Kind of a neat little idea,
Yeah,
like,
there's the watch under there.
Once again, like in the 80s, you just threw anything at the wall to see what would stick. And it was like an explosion of creation.
Yeah. And I could see this, like, I can see people wearing these now, like streamer e-girls and all that. Like,
oh yeah,
going to a rave, throwing these on,
throwing some Watchimals on. Maybe I should start wearing a Watchimal. Maybe our ratings will go up if I wear a Watchimal.
Watchimal.
It's just fun to say.
Hey, we did reach our watch time minutes, and the weekly Warp Pipe is now monetized on YouTube.
Woohoo!
It only took it's almost 2 years.
Hey, that's right.
We got there.
Salt matters.
Sweet.
All right. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about Watchimals. They're kind of cool though.
I wonder how many of you guys out there are gonna be hopping onto the eBays and throwing these up in the search and maybe purchasing some for yourself.
Yeah, or just who had them, who remembers them. I'd love to know that too.
Sweet. Hey, before we get into some more 80s and 90s stuffed animals, we're going to hear a word from some other podcasts on the Dorkening Podcast Network that we think you guys should check out.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways Podcast Network. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Steven.
And I'm Ron.
And we're the hosts of the Super Retro Throwback Reviews audio podcast.
If you like to hear the latest pop culture news with some smart-ass commentary as well as the latest movie reviews, then check us out.
Not to mention, we are a multi-award nominated and now an award-winning podcast. So we're doing something right.
God knows how that happened.
So check us out on all major podcasts and distributors, and check out Super Retro Throwback Reviews on all social media platforms.
Greetings and shabebans. We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Reductopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorkening Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Reductopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
And we're back. Okay, more stuffed animals. Oh, I know one on the list we got to talk about.
All right, let's hear it. What is it?
Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin.
He's definitely an 80s icon. A bear that can talk to you. He will read the stories to you.
And then he will come alive at night and strangle you in your sleep.
Possibly. I mean, once Child's Play came out, probably everyone took the batteries out of Teddy Ruxpin and buried him in the closet.
Yep. and hope to God you don't hear him say something.
Right.
Yeah, did you have Teddy Ruxpin?
I don't think I did. I think friends had them. I think one time I went to the dentist and the dentist had him in like the waiting room, and you were able to play with him there.
I just knocked stuff over. Sorry about that.
Pulling out a Teddy Ruxpin.
I'm pulling out a picture.
Okay.
I just realized I had this as we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Hey, look. What's funny is, see that? That's the Pound Puppy right there.
Oh, okay. The little yellow packaging.
Yeah, I think that was the knockoff Pound Puppy. Yeah, give me just a second. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this.
There he is.
That's me. That's my sister in the background. That's me with my shirt off, and that's my Teddy Ruxpin. You can see his box right there.
That's right in the background. Yeah.
There's picture number 1. Here's picture number 2. Small J loving on Teddy Ruxpin. Hugging on Teddy Ruxpin.
You got to send me take a photo of these. These will be part of the thumbnail.
Okay, yeah. Okay, and then the last one here. Here's the last one.
Okay.
Me with Teddy in the box.
In the CIB.
Before I opened him.
That's right. There he is.
So a couple weeks ago, sorry, I forgot that I had those and just thought it would be fun. One came into my thrift store and I ended up getting him. So there's a Teddy Ruxpin over there.
Nice.
That I'm pretty happy to have.
Do you know if it works or?
He does not work, but that's okay. I just like to look at him.
Yeah, I mean, so the whole bit with Teddy Ruxpin was you put a cassette tape in him, and then he came with a book, I guess, and then he would read the book via the cassette tape.
Yeah, he came with the book via the cassette tape, and he also had a little buddy called Grubby, who I found at a thrift store one time for 50 cents, and because I'm an idiot, I didn't buy it. Why didn't I buy Grubby for 50 cents, you might be asking? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, here's Grubby.
Hang on, let me grab Teddy. Let me grab him.
Okay, you get him there. But yeah, he's so right here is definitely you see a comparison of the movie Ted, who was a talking bear. If you guys seen that one, but Teddy Ruxpin, yeah, he's got this like tan shirt on with like a orange sleeves and undercoat, and his mouth would mechanically move and read the cassette tapes to you. So you get different cassette tapes, which would be different stories.
Oh, hi, Russ.
Oh, I gotta get a close up of this.
Hi,
Look at
Russ.
that. That's so great.
Yep, that's Teddy.
He's in good condition. There's no like tears or anything.
And see, that's where his back opens up.
Yeah.
You can see the paid $25 for him. And here's one of his tapes.
Nice.
The Day Teddy Met Grubby, why it's upside down, I don't really know.
I guess when you put it
Maybe when you put it in, it's that way.
into his back, and
That's
you read it.
that's the key. Yeah. So there's me and Teddy all over again.
And so, yeah, him being a stuffed animal is a little awkward to cuddle with him because he is a lot of plastic because you have to have the cassette player built into him.
Yeah,
and speakers, and his mouth has to move mechanically.
Yep. Little animatronic guy. He's pretty cool, though.
Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin. Here's another one. This is one I never had, but always kind of wanted. Thought it would be kind of cool to have.
Okay.
You guys remember glowworms?
The glowworms. I do.
Did you have one, Russ?
Yes, I definitely remember because glowworms, I guess how they were marketed, it's a stuffed animal of a worm that lights up. So maybe you're a child and you're afraid of the dark.
That's right.
And you don't want to sleep in the dark. So you get the glowworm. So he provides a little bit of light while you're going to bed.
Didn't he have like purple pajamas with like a little pajama hat?
Let's see. I'll pull up some pictures here.
I think they came out with some mini ones later.
Yeah, I remember the green one here.
Okay, yeah, there's the green one. Oh, see, there is one with a purple hat.
Oh, over here, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him too.
Kind of like almost like nighttime pajamas.
Look, kind of like Scrooge McDuck.
Right, that like 40s style.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought glowworm was cool. You know, like his face is what kind of glowed. He had like a plastic face, and I guess there was a light inside. When you hugged him, he glowed up.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they have any. It looks like they did like here we go. There's a good
there he is.
So he's glowing there.
1982 Hasbro glowworm.
I don't know what these ones are. These are kind of creepy. I would almost say.
Not a fan. Not a fan
of that style.
I'm a purist.
I guess these are new. It says pick up tomorrow at Walmart.
I want that creepy worm face that he has originally.
This is more, he's almost like Jiminy Cricket or like.
You know what he looks like? Remember, which is funny, I have this video right in front of me because my microphone's sitting on it. Remember the Dark Crystal?
Yeah, yeah.
He looks like the what are those little people called? It starts with an M. I want to say Moblin, but I know that's definitely Zelda. That's from Zelda. I can't remember the name of them. Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. There were the Skeksis. There were the Gelfling pod people. They were called pod people. Podlings. They were he looks like a podling from the Dark Crystal. That's so random, right? Yeah.
Hey, I can see it.
Except those things are hideous.
Right. It's got to fit with the Dark Crystal. But glowworm, yeah. If you were afraid of the dark, didn't want a night light, you get this stuffed animal that glows.
It's the greatest thing ever. What else you got, Russ?
We didn't know where else to throw this. Not really, I guess, a stuffed animal. You didn't classify it as a stuffed animal, but
yeah.
Cabbage Patch Kids?
Cabbage Patch Kids. The craze that went with that.
I remember, people going nuts just to get it because it was selling out so much. It's basically, you get this child, all different types you get, and you get like a birth certificate with them. So make it like legit. You can get some with hair, some without. So it appealed to boys, girls, even adults, I guess.
Tell me it didn't appeal to boys. Look what I got in my hand. Guys, this is Elroy Irwin. That is his name.
Elroy Irwin. He's got like a sailor outfit on? What is that?
He's got a sailor outfit on. And I got this guy like in 1985, 86. My sister, who was always buying me all my gifts as a kid, got this for me. And I still have him somehow to this day. I don't know how he survived so many years, but
that's pretty good, yeah.
Somewhere I have his birth certificate still too.
Jeez. Yeah.
And they always had Xavier Roberts printed on the butt, so you knew it was real.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't know about that.
Yep. Doesn't say that. It's a fake one because they used to make fake ones too. But yep.
This is almost, I would say, Cabbage Patch Kids, the hype and story, very similar to what Jingle All the Way Christmas movie was about with Turbo Man.
They were very much like Turbo Man.
Selling out crazy. You heard Bradley's was getting a few wins, and everyone would wait outside and bum rush it when they'd open the doors just to get your hands on. You're
punching other people.
You're meeting people. Back then they would have had to put ads in the newspaper to sell it. I guess if they had some extra, go out of your way and like for Christmas, I got to get my kid a Cabbage Patch doll.
That's right. They were huge. I can't remember what year that was. 82, 83, 84 maybe.
Right.
I think it's on Netflix, The Toys That Made Us. There's a whole story about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cabbage Patch were wild.
The wild Cabbage Patch dolls.
All right, here's one that I remember. I only had one of them. These were little animals that they would combine two different animals. So the one I remember the most was a bumblebee and a lion. These things were called Wuzzles. I don't know why. But the lion and the bumblebee, his name was Bumble Lion. And I had him. And there he is right there with his pink hair and his little bee body. And and that was the one I had. They also had an elephant mixed with a butterfly.
Oh, yeah. You can see him here.
Yeah. They had a couple different ones. But yeah, the Wuzzles.
The Wuzzles.
They were just these neat little animals that were like two animals in one. And Bumble Lion was a big deal back then. I wish I had my Bumble Lion still.
Now, I wonder, was it everything was almost a cartoon back then too, or if this is just from the commercial.
No, they had a little cartoon, I think, that was short lived, probably like one season or two.
Yeah.
They had little books that came out. So yeah.
The Wuzzles.
So that was something you don't remember.
What does it say? Wikipedia here. Yeah, one season, 13 episodes. 1985. Yeah, it's not really jogging much memory of this here, but cool concept, combining two different things to kind of make these mythical animals.
That's right.
The Wuzzles.
The Wuzzles. Yep. Let's see. This is one that Russ's wife actually helped us remember.
Yeah, I never remember these, and she was like, I definitely had one of these, and I was like, you ever heard of Nosy Bears, Jay? And he was like, oh, yeah, Nosy Bears.
Yeah. They were basically colorful little bears with little noses that you could squeeze them, and like it would cause air to go through the nose and like maybe like shoot a basketball or spin a wheel or, kind of gimmicky little things. But they almost reminded me of like Waterfools, like the games you could play with water in them, but like on a bear's nose.
So yeah, almost again with the combining of two different things.
Yeah.
Like this one you said that's just like a little balloon that blows up, I guess, in the middle.
Yeah.
But this one looks like it has almost like candy in it.
Yeah.
Gumball. It's a gumball machine.
So it looks like it says 87. So that, in 87, I was 6. But yeah, I remember those things. Definitely more geared towards girls, but like they made boy looking ones too, like a basketball one.
Right. This one has a dolphin. But yeah, it said if you wanted to appeal to the boys, you got to do the sports in there. Here we go. Here's the basketball one. So you would squeeze them and the ball would puff up into the basketball hoop. Like Jay said, like the almost like the games that had water in it with like balls and stuff like that.
Look, you can see their names: Ahoy, Ringer, Penny, Maisie, Goody, and something else. Chuckles.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Nosy Bears.
Nosy Bears.
Because of the nose. It's got the action.
That's it. Here's another random one that people might not remember. But there was the Get Along Gang. And kind of like Wuzzles, there was one main character that I remember more than others. His name was Montgomery Moose.
Right.
And they came out with little toys. I don't know if I feel like I had a Montgomery Moose with like corduroy pants.
All about the corduroy.
Yeah.
Here's the Get Along Gang.
Yeah.
I definitely remember the moose. I'm not so much sure of everyone else, but
But once again, they had like little comic books, little storybooks. I think there was a short-lived cartoon series as well for those guys. But just like so many fun little characters back then. Yep, that's probably the one I had. No, he didn't have corduroy pants.
Not that one.
Oh, wait, no, maybe he does. Once you zoomed in a little more, I started seeing some lines.
Those are like newer.
I definitely didn't have the plastic one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I don't have a whole lot to say about them. Just want them to make the list and see who remembered them.
Fair enough. Get along, gang.
Get along, gang.
Did you have any other stuffed animal ones here? Oh, you know what? We didn't bring up my buddy.
My buddy
and me.
Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy. My
buddy and me.
My buddy and me.
That's right. And Kid Sister.
Kid Sister.
You guys remember that? These are like prior to Chucky, I think,
Yeah.
coming out and that's where they got their I think idea to do, okay, let's make a doll that like kills people.
I don't know. I think Chucky might have been first. Who
might have
knows?
been first.
I don't know. My
Don't
buddy,
quote me on it.
it's actually terrifying looking, I think. He has like freckles. He looks horrible. He's got like a rainbow bright shirt on.
Right. Yeah, the little freckles.
That's a newer one.
That's a newer one.
I think. I don't know. Hard for me to tell.
Even
Ugh.
that, I mean, they just because it's imprinted in our head of like Chucky and Child's Play, any of these photos look creepy because any horror movie, it's like, all right, any of these dolls are terrifying. All right, this obviously looks like an old ad. So
Okay, there you go. And
Kid Sister.
my buddy had the frog on it, a real pal. And Kid Sister had like a little cat and it said a true friend. She looks way cuter than he does.
Right. They both have overalls on. She's got like a pop collar shirt. He's got a rainbow sweater or something on.
Why? Who knows?
I guess everyone probably lost that hat. Was the hat sewn on him?
I have no idea. I never wanted one of those things. Ugh, that's awful.
My buddy.
I think the most memorable thing about My Buddy was the theme song, as you heard me.
Right, absolutely. Like easy, catchy, easy to remember, and describes what it is. He's my buddy.
I just remember it saying, "Wherever I go, he goes."
And even that just sounds creepy.
Yeah, he's scary. He's gonna kill me.
I just finished watching. We watched a few weeks ago that Megan movie that came out.
Oh no, I will not be watching that.
It's about the robot girl, and it's similar to. And then we ended up watching the newer Child's Play movie as well.
Mm-mm.
And again, same concept of like, all right, let's make these dolls that always want to protect the child and be with them.
Yeah. Mm-mm. I got one or two more, Russ.
Okay.
Do you remember Pillow People?
So I'm gonna look them up and see if I do. It sounds similar to what the wrestling buddies would be.
So these are like pillows that you could sleep on, but had like legs and arms and a face. I remember my wife actually has one. Hers looks like a window.
Yes, I do remember these.
So the gimmick was they were pillows, but they were toys too.
They were people too.
They were really people. If you can find the window one, that one with the green hair, that's the one my wife has.
Nice. Good.
I'm watching you, Russ.
And again, they're almost creepy-ish.
Yeah.
Look at this one, Sleepy. So here's the whole gang.
Yeah, there's the whole gang.
The guy with the shade, you gotta have one with the shades.
Yeah, he's cool. That would have been the one I wanted. Or the SpongeBob looking guy in the bottom right.
He's got like a black eye. They put a black eye on him.
Well, the one next to the shades guy, he looks creepy.
Yeah, is he supposed to be like a cupcake or something?
I don't know. Whatever he is, I don't like him.
And then there's a wooden door.
I like that guy. Yep, Pillow People.
Pillow People.
Not much to say. That hasn't already been said.
Oh, what is this? Bed sheets? Yep. They had some bed sheets of it.
There you go.
They had to make bed sheets of everything back then.
That was the thing to do. If you're going to sleep on him, might as well sleep under him too.
These would be great for sleepovers. You bring your pillow people over. I brought my own pillow and my toy.
And my toy, all in one.
All in one.
It's like the perfect thing to take to your grandma's house,
That's right. Then you get over their house and they have my buddy poking out the closet.
Ugh, nuh-uh.
He's watching us all night.
My buddy's gonna murder us. All right, the last one I have, kind of along the line of the Wuzzles and the Get Along Gang.
Okay.
Shirt tails.
I don't think I heard of these before.
So I remember there was like a little orangutan with like a green shirt, I think. I don't remember any of their names, sadly. I can't remember what the rest of them look like. So I'm going to need a... Okay.
Oh, there's a sloth. It says hug me.
Yeah, there's I think the guy in the middle with the red shirt, I think his name's Tigger. He's like a tiger with a red shirt. And there was a mole, a panda bear, and a raccoon. But yeah, shirt tails. They made little stuffed animals out of these guys. Bogey, Rick, Digger, Tigger, and Penny. I think
their names.
As I read them so quickly off the screen. Yeah, but once again, just like a little ragtag group of little characters that they made back in the day, and you could get stuffed animals of.
They pretty much, yeah, any animal, they're like, make it a stuffed animal, and it can be for kids for sure. One of these, again, this probably had a cartoon as well.
Yep.
Yeah, voices. 2 seasons it ran, 23 episodes.
Yeah. So, but I think that's it. I can't really remember any other very like nostalgic, thought-provoking characters.
Right. I said, yeah, the main one was My Pet Monster for sure. That was my favorite. Runner-up was the wrestling buddies. I know my cousins had a few of those because wrestling was real big in the 80s. So that was like, gotta get these. It's a wrestling property and it's fun. It's something you could do with it. And there's Jay with his Teddy Ruxpin and a Cabbage Patch doll.
Yeah. So I would say Teddy Ruxpin was the most memorable for me. So
nice.
He's freaking cool.
Sweet. So yeah, let us know if you guys had any of these growing up. Did we miss any? I don't know if we did. Although
I feel like we were pretty thorough on that.
We were pretty thorough because I didn't even hear probably like 5 of those. Watchimals though was fun to trigger my nostalgia on this week's episode. I definitely remember a Watchimal. And I want to say there was a Pound Puppy like bracelet thing too that maybe came out as well. I don't know if I had a watch on it, so maybe they had some competition. I bet you there was.
Probably.
Guys, you can catch new episodes every Saturday, and we also have bonus episodes Wednesday for the Warp Pipe Wednesday. Wednesday Warp Pipe. What are we calling it?
Warp Pipe Wednesday. Yeah.
Warp Pipe. It's so new, we don't even know the name. We're on episode 3. So yeah, check in Wednesdays for that, and every Saturday at 7 a.m. for new weekly Warp Pipes. We're here on YouTube. You can listen on Spotify and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Again, we're part of the Dorkening Podcast Network. You can go to theweeklywarpipe.com for more info and find me at Russ Lyman on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Jay, where we find you.
NES Addict on YouTube. Go ahead and watch some of my old videos. And let's see here. TikTok is the main one. Let's get me to 50K. That would be amazing. I'm getting so close. And most importantly, I'm here every Wednesday and Saturday. What day is it? With my buddy Russ.
Right. As always, guys, I'm Russ Lyman, and keep your world fun bit by bit.
Have a good week, guys.